morning, top of the night, whatever the case may be. My name's Ben Matthews, aka Ben Time Traveler. I am who I am. Your alien government with inside the government ain't who they say they are. Trust me on this, I know these things. I never got asked for no credit card or ID. I mean, ain't it obvious? I've been on here over 25 years and shit, man. You know? They didn't ask me for anything. Let's see how it goes down the road here. I ain't got nothing to talk about, man. I'm just gonna chill for a minute and smoke me a pina colada. It's funny how the news on the left went after Trump and Putin yesterday. Gotta give the man credit, man. He tried. A lot more than Biden ever did. But yeah, they sure went after him, man. Call it a nothing burger and all this and that. And they sit there and they say that both of them were limping as they were walking and shit. I mean, I didn't see it, man. You know, but it's just keep them lefties there, angered, violent. I mean, there is a lot to talk about, but I just maybe later I'll come out here and talk about them doing the redistricting, you know, in California and Texas. Texas, in my opinion, should not be doing shit either like that, man, because it just gives Democrats the opportunity to go and do the same old shit that they've been doing, you know. Yeah, I mean, Trump really didn't discuss what was talked about, you know. I don't think Ukraine should give up any fucking land at all, man. But then all the children that fucking the Russians kidnapped and shit. Putin's a murderer, man. He kills his political opponents and he just. But they're on the verge, man, of collapse, man. That's why Putin's over here kissing Don's ring there. But because they're on the collapse. They're right on the verge of collapse, man. They're over there doing armed robbery for fucking food and shit, man. No, I'm doing all right. Can't see the chat, so I didn't bring my glasses out, but I'm doing all right. I'm at the tell you the truth, I'm at the end of my cycle of life, you know, but I don't fear it because I believe in God, man. I believe in what He promised each and every one of us that have the faith and that of God and God's army. So I don't fear it. It's gonna be a hot one today. I was thinking about going down to Woodward Cruise, but it'd be too hot, man. I'll probably just chill today. Got some shit, lawn work to get done, some housework to get done, get it done and get it over with. Yep, they're about this close to flying in Planet Nine. Nabaru, any way you want to pronounce it. And when I was talking about the Comet 31 and try to explain to people what's going on and shit, they're now scientists now, mind you. You know, the professionals are saying exactly what I'm saying. A lot of them are seeing it for what it is. That these objects coming into our solar system from another solar system are probably objects traveling ahead of a mass object. And just like I've been telling everybody since I got here, your binary sun traveling with Nibiru comes by so many thousands of years. Your ancient ancestors which witnessed a lot of things, man. They witnessed Mars' atmosphere being ripped off. They well, before that they didn't really witness it because you weren't really intelligent enough at that point in time. Colliding with the planet and causing the asteroid belt, one of its moons. But I guess you call it a moon, man. The size of it's a lot bigger than a moon, but now I ain't talking about Nibiru. I'm talking about what's traveling with Nibiru in your binary sun, which it's the last thing, man. It's the last thing, and then I'm done, and everything else I talked about came true and shit, man. Remember what I said when I first got here? I talked about you have to have an ID just to travel from one point to another point and shit. And then that virus hit and shit. And what happened, man? Y'all got locked down, had to get your shit shot up and shit. And then turn around and have a card and shit saying you're vaccinated from it and shit, man. And the order to go anywhere and shit, man. Yeah, that happened. Smart cities and shit. I talked about smart cities when I first got here, and now that's all you hear about: smart city this, smart city that, smart city this, smart city that. You know, but when I first got here and talked about it was a conspiracy theory. There's no such thing. It don't exist, but it existing now. Everything I talked about is existing now. And it's like I said, the last thing is Planet X, man. Nibiru, whatever way you want to pronounce it, man. I hate these people come on here and say there's going to be a false alien attack and this and that. You know what, man? You're not going to get all these governments from around the world and shit to come together to pull off such a big fucking fake ass thing. It's just not going to happen, man. You know, because they're not interweaved like you think they are interweaved. You know, the one world order and shit don't exist at this point in time. You know, they try like hell. Them communist socialist bitches, they try like hell, man. The United States of America is the last country on this rock that is somewhat free. You know, you really ain't free at all either, man, with this technology shit, man. Fucking, they're up your ass with a fine tooth comb and shit, man. And they know everything about you, man. They know what you're going to do before you know what you're going to do. And I said that when I first got here. Now it's a fact and shit, man. And just by bringing in this ID or use your credit card to prove you're of age to be here and do this and that and shit. You know, it's protect the children, yeah, whatever. But it ain't funny. Ain't it funny how these big channels out here and shit ain't talking about it at all? None of them are talking about it at all, man. You know, because it's not affecting them. They already got their bank accounts and shit. You know, getting their money for their ads and donations and shit. You know, so they already got their shit established. So you know, they not messing with them people. You know, there ain't none of them out here talking about it. Ain't none of them worried about it shit, man. Because it's not affecting them. Well, eventually it'll affect them. Because when you ain't going with the program and shit, like we all seen with the people on the right and shit, a lot of channels and shit being attacked and their PayPals and all their money and shit was being fucking taken away from them. Their livelihood actually, you know, because a lot of people live off this shit, man. When they didn't walk that fucking line and go with the program and shit, they just fucking canceled them. Took, you know, and it didn't matter. There was people that were movie stars and athletes and list goes on and on and on. That they just took their fucking livelihood away from them and shit, man. So you even use on the left and shit, man. Don't think that, you know, it ain't gonna affect me and shit. It's gonna affect you, man, because nothing's for free. Even your freedom is not free. And most of you, fucking a good fucking 90% of you on the left don't realize that your great ancestors and shit fought for the freedom that you're destroying. But you know what? I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all, because it's gonna come to you, man. You're just little foot soldiers right now, man. You're just little pawns that are exposable and shit, man. You know, eventually, when you don't walk the line that they want you to walk, because you think, oh, I'm walking with a line that, you know, I'm for climate change and I'm for this and I'm for that. Well, maybe there's some things you don't agree with, like eating bugs, eating fake ass fucking butter that Bill Gates has created. You know, maybe credit score and shit, man, social score. You know, that you didn't sweep your sidewalk in front of your fucking house, so you get knocked down your rating and shit, man. And that means, you know, or eventually you don't do. I don't know. There's so much things that they're gonna come at you and shit that you on the left ain't gonna agree with the shit, and you're gonna find out, man. They're gonna take it from you too, man. You know, it's what the mark of the beast is all about, man. It's what the Lord Jesus Christ, King Kings, talked about, man. Without being able to buy, sell, trade, or bargain, or none of that, man. You know, how you think that's gonna come in? It's already there. That, you know, the mark of the beast. I ain't never getting the mark of the beast. You already got the mark of the beast. Your phone, your computer, your car, you name it, it's got a chip in it. So you already got the mark of the beast. And all they gotta do is flick that switch. It shuts you off, man. Just stop your fucking credit card, stop your internet, TV, phone, and whatever. Just take your finances and just shut it down and shit. And don't tell me it can't happen, because you've seen it happen in Canada with the truckers. It's happening in China. It's happening. Well, you can't say North Korea, because North Korea, them people ain't got a fucking pot to piss in, man. But Europe, the freedom of speech over there. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. But people say, "Oh, it can't happen," but it's already happening. The mark of beast is already tripping in your brain, man. You know, swallowing colors of the sounds that you can't hear. You know, your beeline in your face, their thoughts yesterday riding rapid sideways down. Totally off the colors, making shit happen one time, turnover time. This is time I'm making it happen by telling you the truth. It's already happening. But as long as these people out here making money off their little socialist platforms and shit, they're gonna continue to feed you, man. Spoon after spoon after spoon after spoon of bullshit, man. They're gonna keep you away and say, "Look at this shiny object here and shit," you know. They don't want, you know, and some of them think, and God bless them, man. They think they're doing the right thing. They think they're doing the right thing. God bless them, man. But you gotta reach inside and shake them up. You know, you gotta go into Pluto's cave, man. You know, you gotta pull them out of that fucking cave and show them the whole world, man, for what it really is. They control you already, man. And even the president of the United States of America, Trump, is being played too, man. He think, and God bless Trump, man, but he's a self-centered fucking billionaire, man. You know, he's better than me and you. He thinks he's better than me and you, and I'm just being truthful. I like Trump, you know, but his fight ain't 100% for we the people. You know, you got to give up all this fucking corporate bullshit, man, and stand with all the people. My brothers and sisters that don't matter the color of your skin, black, brown, red, yellow, white, don't matter, man. Because we're all the peasants outside the palace walls from these elite son of a bitches. You know, when you got to eat bugs, they're gonna be eating the finest fucking beef there is, man. Your vegetable, you know, when you're eating your vegetable burger, you think they're gonna be going with the program and shit? No, their family and shit. They're gonna be eating nothing but the finest of shit. You know, bless Trump's heart, man, but you got to fight for us, the so-called peasants outside his palace walls too. And how many palace walls does he got? You got the Zuckerbergs of the world, the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk. And don't get me started on Musk because he could be a brilliant person, man, have a brilliant mind, and still he falls short of the glory of God, man. Therefore, I have no faith in him either, you know. And we waited, you know, you all waited all this time to watch some arrests to be happening, shit, and they're gonna start taking place here pretty soon and shit. Whether it's Schiff, it's a lot of them, man. Just keep the faith, man. Just keep the Lord Jesus Christ, man, in your heart. Keep keep talking to him, man. He's answering your prayers now. Everybody, you know, thinks that Trump's doing this and Trump's doing that. The Lord Jesus Christ is in control of that man, but not 100%. But God is in control of everybody, except the real evil of the evilists, the ones that won't even allow us a smiths of the Lord in their into their soul and their heart. Them the evils of the evilists, man. Just think how many people go on this planet go through every day, just in one day go through without having a conversation about God or a conversation with God. Just think of it, man. The percentage of it. You start to see a Christian movement happening here in the United States of America and other parts of the world, by the way. But it's being manipulated, penetrated by an evil force that wants to turn it into not that of the Lord Jesus Christ, but that of racism. And that don't exist in God's eyes. We're all His children, and y'all should understand that and start respecting each other and not disrespecting each other. I can come out here and I can sit here and say, there's fathers and mothers out here that ain't taking care of their children by letting their children run rampant, and they should be held liable. The parents, they should be held liable. They should be prosecuted for such crimes that their underage children did, because they're 2-3 o'clock in the fucking morning, your 12, 13-year old kids out there fucking robbing and murdering, and how could that be even be possible, man? As me as a parent, that would never, that wouldn't happen, man. And even as my children became adults, I would still be in their life, man, to guide them, to call them out when they do something fucking bullshit. I wouldn't let my children run rampant, man, with no guidance. I mean, that's love, man. That's not being hateful towards your children. That's love, man. Because you love them. You want them to do good. You want them to do right. You want them to prosper. You want them to get that education of knowledge. I'm not talking to the school system, because that's all socialist bullshit anyway. Because the school system is based on socialism. You want to give them that knowledge of history, of the facts and truth. Be honest. There used to be hate back in the day that was terrible. But now, they want to use this racist shit bullshit. But you watch, there's a white boy and African American boy, and they're hanging out together, doing whatever and shit. You know, back in the day, that shit wasn't existing. So where's your racism? The only racist people I see are those on the left, by creating the bullshit, trying to create the hate and divide. And there's some on the right too, man. Don't get me wrong, man. That's what I'm talking about with the Christian being infiltrated and shit. That trying to turn into a racist bullshit. I'm a Christian. It don't matter the color of your skin, man. Shit. You belong to the Lord Jesus Christ's church. Don't matter the color of your skin. They're trying to turn that into that's supposed to be all Christians are just white bullshit. Come on, man. Yeah, the weather's going to start changing here in a couple of weeks. I'm farther north than most people and shit, so I'll start to see the change coming. Slowly but surely. Say we're supposed to have a hard winter. They're just going to do what they do during the summertime and shit, man. Just create downpours of rain for a half an hour, 45 minutes of just downpours in certain spots. Let's do the same with the snow. Remember old climate change and shit and Trump, and he's going to kill hundreds of thousands of people because of the hurricanes. What hurricanes? What hurricanes are you talking about? The weather's shifting, man, because the pole shift, not because the pole shift is just the way it is, man. So as North Pole shifting up Russia's ass and shit, well, the Earth's moving, so are the weather. But they want to put fear into you, man. And once old Nibiru comes by, well, it's a different story, ain't it? Because you got to go through a few more events here and shit before the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. You know, there's got to be a lot more suffering, man. It ain't fully, the mark of the beast ain't fully in effect, but it's not far off, man. It's only a couple years out, man. Do away with, do away with, do away with the dollars and shit. And all be digital. The mark of the beast. Fuck, excuse me. It's unbelievable, man, that people just don't understand because they don't believe in God. They're willing to give that freedom up. Well, what's wrong with digital currency? Because once they're in control of that, they're in control of you completely, man. I'm able to take some cash and shit, man, and go spend my cash without being monitored and shit. They don't like that, man. They want me to have a fucking credit card. That way they can know everything I'm fucking buying. And if I step out of line and buy something I shouldn't be buying and shit, bada boom, bada bing. Flick that switch and shut me off. You can't, in the near future, you won't even be able to fucking plant your own fucking food. They'll have law on the books and shit, man. I think of all the, just in the last 6 years, let's go back 6 years. All the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people that they killed and just got away with it now. Talk about fucking mass murder, serial killers, and they just get away with it, man. Time and time and time again. And I've been following up on the virus in China. I should give you an update, I should say. There's only two certain mosquitoes that carry that virus, and they're only located in two spots of the world. China's one of them. And I think the Philippines or something. I'm not sure the other one, I don't remember. But it's only two spots. But that virus has showed up in the UK. Now they're saying it's by traveling. Thanks, Bill Gates. But see where they're going with that. It's that mosquito's only in two parts of the world. Shit, China's one of them. But yet the virus is showing up in the UK, and they're trying to say, well, it's from travel. Well, I did a little research on that too and found out I don't know how many cases there was. My memories, but I think it was 32% never traveled outside the UK. But they're saying it was from traveling. There you go, man. They altered your food, they altered your water, they're altering your air, your DNA. You know, I used to look forward to this time of year here on your planet shit for the sweet corn and the tomatoes and the melons and cucumbers and all that shit. Here in Michigan, it's a good time of year, man, for that farm raised shit. But now it's so altered, it got no taste to it, man. Got no taste at all, man. And don't forget, the aliens were the first one that changed the corn. They changed because it wasn't like it is nowadays, man. The aliens came down here and GMO, boom, 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 and altered the fucking corn, and now you got what you got today. Corn wasn't like it is today, man. The texture, everything. There's it's not even close. Corn wasn't even close to what it is today. People don't realize that, man. But the aliens came down. They fucked around and shit. It's like the story goes with Lucifer telling God that I say this story over and over and over again, telling God that he could create the human species better than God. He could create this planet better than God, the vegetation, the animals, the air, the water. And God just laughed at him and said, hey, have at it, man. The earth is yours till I return to kick your ass. So Lucifer and his group come down here and started fucking changing things, man. Changing the food, changing the air, changing the water, the animals, the vegetation, your DNA, everything you look out about you, man, is all created not by the Lord Jesus Christ, King of Kings, created by the evil ones now. And God created this planet and you, the human species. This is not what He had in mind. You were content being gatherers of nuts, wheats, grain, grasses, and fruits, vegetables. You you were content with that. And all of a sudden, give you a bite of that apple and shit, man, technology and shit, and you learn how to plant shit, and here you are now today, man. This was never God's creation, none of this. And you got to understand that. You got to put that in your mind when you look out here, and none of this was created by the Lord Jesus Christ, King of Kings. And very few things are left on this planet, but they're, like some trees and animal species, but everything else is just created by the evil Lucifer. Your fences, your houses, your roads, your televisions, your computers, your TVs, all that's just all. It's not progress. It's not progress at all. It's destruction. Look at artificial intelligence now. It's artificial intelligence is smarter than the human species. Should never exist. But if you were that of the way the Lord Jesus Christ created you, it's what it wasn't about Adam and Eve being naked and shit and able to see each other's were naked. They were allowed to see the evilness and thinking it was good. I'm talking about what you're possessed now with technology and whatnot. They were blind of 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 that evil that they weren't aware of it. You know, they didn't. It didn't exist and it wasn't even in their brain and shit, man. When Lucifer come down here, take a bite of this apple, more or less gave you the technology and shit. And they're still feeding you the technology. You know, whether it's your phone and shit, man, yeah, it's all that's being gave to you on purpose to destroy you. You think that artificial intelligence is going to be at the head of the table with being able to cut your finances off, your food off. You know, it's going to be at the head of the table to completely control you. That artificial intelligence is, man. Like I said right now, there ain't nothing you don't do that they don't know about, man. See that ID shit. It was for people that are not tied into the system like most people are. Like for instance, me being here on YouTube and shit, and other people got YouTube channels, but they're not tied into the system, man, of who they really are, you know, so to speak. And that's why they give away free, free internets to low income people and shit, man, because then people don't got cell phones and computers and shit. And they can't monitor them, they can't control them. If they can't monitor them, they can't control them. So they're giving them the mark of the beast. And then people are willingly accepting it because they ain't never had it. You know, it's like, wow, I got the internet, man. Now all of a sudden, off and running they are, you know, and now they can monitor them. That's why with low income people, you used to get your shit in funny money, like I don't know what they want to call them, food stamps. That's what it was. And now you have a card. See, like now, when you had your food stamps, they didn't know who was buying what and doing what and shit. But now you got the card. Everything you buy off your food stamps, that's all being monitored. And now look what they're doing with stopping people from buying pop and chips and cookies and whatnot and shit with their food stamps. Got to eat right. What's that? That's control. You got to eat right. How you eating right? Well, you want to eat your vegetable burgers. You want you to eat the bugs. See, they could taking over control of them. And don't think yous that are middle class and shit ain't gonna go down with the same program, man. Like I said, they're gonna control your finances, just like they did in Canada with the truckers and shit, man. Just cut their shit off. Well, if you don't do what you're being told to do, they're gonna shut you off, man. All right, man. I'm gonna cut this short, man. Put a lid on it like Biden. Gonna start getting hot and shit, man. And I don't want to be sitting out here. Anyway, I got shit I gotta do, man. I got some yard work and house chores to do, so make sure the outside cat's got plenty of water. Peace, love, and understanding, much respect, man. Be that of God and God's army, because you are an army to fear, and they fear you knowing the truth. They fear you knowing God is what it is. That's exactly what it is, man.